مشاهدينا في كل مكان، احنا معاكم النهارده هنستكمل حوارنا مع سعادة القائم بأعمال سفارة جمهورية أوغندا لدى جمهورية مصر العربية، وهو سعادة السفير تشارلز أنجنا. في حلقة اليوم هنتكلم عن تاريخ العلاقات المصرية الأوغندية، وأيضا هنتكلم عن الاقتصاد والتجارة وأيضا الاستثمارات وحجمها الموجودة ما بين الدولتين. لو عايزين تعرفوا كل هذه المعلومات وأكتر تابعونا وهذا اللقاء.
Been working before coming here in the office of His Excellency the President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, on a program that was trying to elevate and remove people from poverty, which was termed as Operation Wealth Creation. And at the time when we started that operation, the poverty level of people who are outside money economy was 68%. By the time I was assigned to come into diplomacy, the percentage had dropped to 39%. Uganda is located in the eastern part of Africa, and the first Europeans to come to Africa, they called it the Pearl of Africa because of the beauty and the nature of how Uganda is.
It's like a pearl already.
Yeah. It is a paradise in its own way.
مشاهدينا في كل مكان، اهلا بيكم. احنا معاكم النهارده بنستكمل حوارنا مع القائم باعمال سفاره جمهوريه اوغندا لدى جمهوريه مصر العربيه، سعاده السفير تشارلز أنجنا. Your Excellency, thank you so much for having us for the second time.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be hosted for the second time, and for you, the viewers, I'm profoundly honored to have another chance to engage with you. Thank you.
Your Excellency, in this episode, we would like to talk about the history of relation between Uganda and Egypt. So, what can you tell us about it? And when did it start?
The relationship between Egypt and Uganda started all the way during the colonial times, because when we were building the first dam on River Nile, the money that constructed that dam, Owen Falls Dam, came from Egypt. And that in itself brings the God-made relationship that we provide the water from being the source, and the biggest consumer of that water are our brothers and sisters of Egypt. So even God knew that we are one in terms of shared resource, which is life, water is life, and we share this resource. So President Sisi and President Yoweri Museveni, the President of Egypt and the President of Uganda, are like brothers. They have very strong relationship, and it's our duty as citizens to consolidate this relationship by what we do in ensuring that both sides bilaterally we support each other. And I'm very happy to say that Egypt has been supporting Uganda in many ways, in infrastructure development, in the health sector, in training of our military, in education of our children, scholarship, and also in other developmental areas. Recently, we had a problem with the foot and mouth disease of our cows. President Sisi authorized and we received a lot of vaccine in order to save those animals. And we are very grateful to this government and to the people of Egypt. And Egypt has also gone far to put a whole hospital in the city of Jinja, the second biggest city. There's a very good referral hospital which gives very advanced treatment to our people also from Egypt.
So Your Excellency already took us to one of the cooperation between the two countries, which is in the field of health and the medical convoys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also do well in terms of trade. Egypt is a very advanced industrial country, a lot of manufacturing. We benefit a lot from very nice juices, mango juice, orange juice, strawberry juice, top of the range, high quality, international quality from Egypt. We also enjoy a lot of feeds for both fish feeds, animal feeds from Egypt. And I believe with time, since President Museveni has offered Egyptian investors together with the Gulf state Arab investors a 2 square mile of land for economic free zone for them to be able to do business of manufacturing near the raw materials that we command.
Of course, I'm very grateful that Your Excellency talked about the trading and the investment both at the same time, but I would like to take it a little bit one by one. So please, can I go back to the trading? I want to know the volume of trading between Egypt and Uganda nowadays. Your Excellency mentioned about the export product that you export from Egypt to Uganda, and in the last episode you mentioned the import products that we had from Uganda. It's like the tea and the coffee. So I would like to know the volume of trading in between the two countries. How much it is?
It is imbalanced. Egypt takes about 80% of the trade, and Uganda takes like 20% of what we export this way. Of course, the value of what Egypt exports to Uganda makes it very, very expensive. Pharmaceutical is an expensive area. So we have pharmaceutical medicine and pharmaceutical logistics coming from Egypt, and they are of high quality, and therefore expensive in giving good returns in the trade aspect. Egypt also trades with the fresh fruits like oranges, like mangoes with Uganda. Then I had told you we also trade in terms of feeds that Egypt. Then we also trade in terms of cotton, the long thread cotton, top quality cotton from Egypt. While in Uganda, Egypt imports coffee, imports tea, imports avocado, and also we are at the verge of bringing sesame and oil seeds, and also bringing from Uganda things to do with the cereals from Uganda, which Egypt enjoys. In Egypt, all the dishes I've ever gone to eat, both from the Egyptian restaurants and also the 4 or 5-star hotels, there's always sesame sauce. So sesame is very unique sauce, and the way Egypt does it, it's very unique and very nice. So, but we produce a lot of sesame, and this would be the best market for it.
Your Excellency also mentioned, quickly, you talked about the cooperation in the field of education. So I would like to know some details about this field. What kind of cooperation do they have?
Egypt gives,
the two countries, I mean.
Egypt gives Uganda scholarships. Scholarships that are for Muslim students who are going to Azhar University and these other secular universities, And also Egypt trains our officers, both of police, of the military. They also come and train here under that scholarship arrangement. And this in itself has put us in position where the German University in Cairo is planning to put a satellite branch in Uganda, which will take care of all the East African community countries, the 8 East African community countries.
What kind of field of investment are we looking forward to?
We are looking at 3 critical areas. One is in the field of research, especially research in areas of vaccine, in areas of pharmaceutical. That is something that I know it will have to happen very quickly. The other aspects of investment, it's in technology. Egypt is so advanced in technology. We just had the Minister of ICT here in the recent expo, which we had here in Cairo. He was here and agreed to have that agreement quickly done. And we are having a team of ministers coming from the 3rd of December, just the coming week. And these are coming on looking at the possibility on how we can consolidate on the issues of water. So that the excess water we have, how can we help our brothers and sisters so that they don't suffer on the issues of water.
I heard also that you are aiming to have the Egyptian experience with the flooding of the River Nile.
Yeah, we have a lot of rain in these days, a lot of water that is flooding and causing a lot of harm, destroying food, destroying homes. But if this water can be harnessed and channeled properly, so that it can be stored where it is required, like this side, it will increase production. Egypt is very good in irrigation. Egypt can also be able to do other things so that we don't have to import, we as Africans don't have to import wheat from Ukraine, from Russia and so forth. We can do it here. We have a flat area of Sudan, very flat, and we can make all those farming area, commercialize the farming. And then the parts like Uganda and other places will grow more trees, put industries, so that we can continue to have a lot of rain. And that can bring a lot of peace and can bring tranquility where we have enough food for export, enough food to eat, and have enough water to do all our agriculture requirements and industrialization requirements. So Uganda will need the industries, Uganda will need manufacturing, investment, technology. And the
countries around it also will benefit from this.
Absolutely, and then create jobs for our young people.
From what I understand from your excellency, that also it's not the field of agriculture that you have cooperation, it's the research also, the agricultural researches, that's a big field that you already have a cooperation between Egypt and Uganda in it, right?
Yes. And we're also looking at technological advancement, digitalization of our activities, so that we do not remain behind in technology, but advance like the rest of the world.
If I asked Your Excellency about the field of tourism, is there any cooperation between Egypt and Uganda in this field?
We have had some Egyptians coming to explore the opportunities. And the feedback has been very good. And they believe that we can do better if we can have 2 packages. The tourists who come here and have seen the pyramids, they've seen the historical sites, and they are getting bored of seeing the same things. So they would want to have a second package, so that when they come here, they have another package of the wilderness, because there's no competition. You never find the pyramids in Uganda. So when you want pyramids, you have to come to Egypt.
You don't have a wildlife in Egypt.
You don't have wildlife in Egypt. So it will be just a symbolic nature that Egypt receives, because Egypt has 5 flights to Uganda every week. Uganda has an airline, Uganda Airlines, it can cover the other 2 days. So that every tourist who comes to Egypt will come back to Egypt after finishing the other 2 days in Uganda.
Actually, this is
come back here and fly back to where
it's a clever idea to combine the 2 programs, the tourist programs.
Yes.
Egypt have a very big experience in the tourist programs that she offers for the people abroad to her country, but to combine it with another African country like Uganda with a beautiful wildlife, this will add more to the Egyptian program, and also this will help to have more relations between the 2 countries of us.
Absolutely. And then the other aspect.
And you'll get from our experience to get to have big more stamp on the map of the tourism.
Yes, Egypt is so advanced in hotel management, in boat cruise, but when you go to Uganda, it's virgin. They're all big lake. There's no cruises. So if Egypt comes with that concept of the hotel with the cruise, then there will be quite a lot to achieve because it's still very virgin. And if you go to our more than 10 national parks, it has all the opportunity to put hotels at the national park. So that when you come, you're in the hotel, you're in the park, and you're able to see to the maximum all that you want to see in a very short period of time. So the opportunity is there.
About the tourism, it makes me anxious to know your Excellency experience here in Egypt. What is your tourist destination? Which is your favorite, or where did you have been until now in Egypt?
Unfortunately, I've not covered the entire Egypt. I've been here for 2 years, but I've been to Suez Canal, and I've seen the beauty of the Suez Canal. I've seen the economic zones that this government has put. It's tremendous. I've been to Port Said. I've been to Suez Canal. I've been to Alexandria. Beautiful library, historical library.
You went to the famous Library of Alexandria.
And the city is very historical, very, very beautiful. And then the agricultural areas in that area, the infrastructure development, it's way beyond, it's mind-boggling. In a very short time, there's great transformation. And I believe that there's quite a lot to see. I've told me about Laxas, Aswan. I'm yet to go there.
But you haven't been there yet?
No, not yet.
Did your Excellency went to the great museum, the big great museum?
I've been to the great Museum of Civilization. Great, superb. I believe everybody should take opportunity. I've been to the pyramids. Great structures done without the technology we have now. So it's amazing. I've been to the Church of Jesus. I'm about to go to the Mount Sinai to see where the 10 Commandments were
Mount Sinai,
yeah, so there's quite a lot
It's
to
nice
see.
in winter.
Yeah, very, very beautiful country, very beautiful people, and I believe we can consolidate this relationship and do better.
Yeah, I hope so. My last question to Your Excellency is about the Egyptian cuisine. Did you try any of the Egyptian cuisine, and what do you think about, or what's your favorite dish in it?
My favorite dish will surprise you, the stuffed pigeon.
Stuffed pigeon, really? You tried the stuffed pigeon.
And then the molokai.
Molokhaya, oh. Oh, you've been a lot in the Egyptian cuisine and with the Egyptian people, I think.
They have great cuisine, and I'm told I'm yet to even discover more as I go.
Yes, because also we have diverse in the food according to the areas you will go to. So it's great to know all this information. Thank you so much for sharing with us all these things about Uganda and Egypt and the relations between the two countries. And we hope that the ideas that Your Excellency had on top of our program today, it's about the combining the tourist program between the two countries that started to get, let's say, reflection as soon as we are talking about it, inshallah.
Yeah, I would want to appreciate President Sisi and our brothers and sisters of Egypt for being so open and being pro-Africans, wanting the African not to remain behind in all aspects. Because if you are able to attract about 17 or more refugees, it clearly shows you have the heart for people and heart for Africans. And similarly, Uganda also commands more than 10 million in that part of the continent on refugees, and treating them as brothers and sisters, not as refugees, but as people who have come to live in their second home. I believe that if we put our engineers, our scientists, the people who are advanced in knowledge, to see the opportunity Africa has, we would be leading the entire world by making Africa a point for civilization. Like history tells us, Egypt is the cradle of civilization. When the whole world was starving, Egypt was the one giving food. When people were not knowing about knowledge, Egypt was very advanced in knowledge. So being a cradle of civilization should not leave the entire Africa behind. Egypt should move with the entire Africa, and the world will respect Africa. That's my prayer.
Yeah, sure. Egypt is part of Africa, and Africa is part of Egypt. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for this interview. Thank you so much.
The pleasure is mine. The viewers, I hope we shall get opportunity to have another engagement. I thank you, and may God bless you. We love you, Egyptians.
Thank you.
Thank you.
مشاهدينا في كل مكان، وبكده انتهى لقائنا مع سعادة القائم بأعمال سفارة جمهورية أوغندا لدى جمهورية مصر العربية، سعادة السفير تشارلز أنجنا. أتمنى أن أنتم تكونوا استفدتوا معنا بكل المعلومات اللي تحدثنا من خلالها ومن خلال حلقتنا عنها والمتعلقة بالتعاون في مجال التجارة والاستثمار وأيضا السياحة. شكرا جدا لكم لحسن متابعتكم لينا، وإلى وعد بلقاء آخر. إلى اللقاء.